There was a time when Tracy Pope didn't have to worry about finding enough people to harvest the bell peppers, tobacco, squash and zucchini springing forth from his 500 acres of farmland. Pope, the fourth-generation farmer, used to rely on family, neighbors, teens and a few hired hands to turn out for picking season. But locals increasingly find better work for the same pay outside the fields, so Pope does what many farmers do in America: he hires foreigners. Unlike many farmers, he does it legally by going through a federal program that gives temporary work permits, known as H-2A visas, to non-U.S. citizens to work on farms, ranches and vineyards across the country. Yet the process is so bureaucratic that Pope, who uses his computer for little more than checking the weather, pays a firm specializing in the visas to handle the immense amount of paperwork and the considerable investment in time required to get them. "I would eventually do something wrong, whether I knew it or not," Pope said of his attempts to comply with the regulatory process. As the White House and Congress try to settle on the first major overhaul of immigration laws in a quarter-century, the point of simple agreement would appear to be that the nation's crop producers need a legal and reliable pool of workers. Otherwise, produce will be left rotting in the fields. This is the one piece of the immigration puzzle that affects all Americans, as the stability and affordability of the food supply is at stake. Bipartisan groups in both chambers of Congress have been trying to finalize their bills by this week before leaving Washington for a 2-week break. Although they've reached agreement on many aspects of the immigration overhaul, including enhancements to border security, the pathway to citizenship for the nation's 11 million illegal immigrants and enforcement of immigration law, the farm visa controversy festers. "It's absolutely crucial," said Representative Mario Diaz-Balart, one of the lead House negotiators on immigration. "It's something that a lot of members expect to be part of any immigration bill. Without that, we potentially lose votes." U.S. companies employ more than 1 million people to do the field work necessary to maintain the nation's food supply and make the United States an international food exporter. Half of those workers are illegal immigrants, according to the Department of Agriculture. Even though there are no limits to the number of H-2A visas that can be granted each year, only 65,000 were issued last year. One reason farmers avoid the program is that they prefer illegal immigrants who can't be paid less and have no rights to complain, according to migrant worker advocates in Mexico. Others simply refuse to deal with the complexity of the system. Farmers must spend 2.5 months and hundreds of dollars getting approval from several state agencies and for federal agencies just to get one H-2A worker on their land. "It's really complicated," Pope said with a laugh, boasting that he doesn't even own the smartphone